Hey, this is Kate. If you're enjoying the content on the Good Fight channel, then please do hit like and subscribe below. Thank you. Anthony, good to see you.
You too.
So you got the fight against Caleb Plant coming up on October 15th. It feels like a fight that you have wanted for a really long time, right? You've been pushing to make it happen. Does that make the build up to this fight feel any different to you?
I mean, build up for everybody else. It's still the same for me. You know, it's a guy that's in there trying to beat me, and I got to protect me. So I got to go in there and do what I need to do to beat him.
Question though, because obviously we've all seen the build up there's been a lot of animosity, right? You don't like each other. Is it the opponent that you've most disliked throughout your career?
You know what? Like he says, I don't even know him not to like him, but I from what I see, I just don't like him.
So it's a nice backdrop you got behind you. Where are we? We're in camp, but where are we?
I'm in camp. I'm in Delray, Florida.
Okay.
Delray Beach, Florida. So
is that the usual
just
for
training
you?
hard down. It is. It is. Last camp I was in Vegas. It was okay. Vegas is okay. I'm not a big fan of that, but Florida, it's better. You get everything that you need here, if you need it, and it is. I love it. I've been here for 10 weeks almost, so I'm going in there, in shape and ready.
And so your family's still back home in Michigan?
They are. I got my team here, but my brother is here, and we're just working hard.
How is that for you being away from your kids during camp? Because 10 weeks is a long time, right?
It's tough. It's tough. I think that's the toughest part. That there's the toughest part. I know a lot of people stay home and go back to their family and stuff, but you know, I put that in a label of distraction, because if you're at home, you have to do this for your kids and do that, and you can't focus on one thing, and that's the fight. I got somebody in there who's, trying to kill me. So I'm trying to stay focused on what I need to do, and that's all that should be on my mind, nothing else. It's a sacrifice at the end of the day. It's a sacrifice. If you don't make sacrifices, you can't get anywhere.
What kind of dad are you normally? Are you the soccer dad? Are you like the taxi driver? Like, what's your role at home?
Everything. I gotta take my kids to their sports events, everything. My wife does a lot. Like, she's there now. I definitely gotta give praise to her now that she's there. Taking care of boys. These are all boys, and she's doing a great job at it. I salute her for that. It definitely was the hardest part of being in camp. Being away from your kids. It's a sacrifice that you have to make to do what you need to do. So I'm happy with it. She's happy, okay with it. I don't know about happy, but okay with it. And but this is how the food get on the table and the bills get paid.
Right. So I was talking to Edgar Berlanga yesterday, and he's just had his first son, right? He's like 1 year old, kind of plus. And he was saying he's really excited to be able to take his son to fight night now, and to be able to have that moment where he kind of looks over the ring, sees his son after the fight, and is like, yes, we did it, kind of thing. Do you take your kids to fight night?
Nope.
You don't want
my kid. I think my kid. No, I don't. The reason why the media say if something happens, crazy, the first people they turn to is a family of crying and stuff. It's supposed to be. That's not what you're supposed to show. Not somebody grieving, not somebody crying and stuff. You're not supposed to show that. TV has a problem showing that, like, all the time.
Right.
And it's a fight. You want to get the reactions of the family members and stuff. But I don't want to see my kids on TV crying and stuff. That's not what I signed up for. I'm in this. I'm doing it. That's all you need to worry about.
So do you let them watch the fights at home?
Yeah, sure. They can watch it at home, for sure. It's just coming to the fight, and it's a lot. When everybody's trying to get ready, the kids are running around. It's just a whole lot that you have to go through. I'm sure you can get babysitters and nannies and stuff, but they like to be around us, so that they're comfortable with us instead of somebody else.
So you have a family that's known in boxing, right? Your grandfather, your uncle, you, your brother. Are your kids going to be like the next generation, or is that not a kind of a route that you want them to
Nope.
go?
Don't want them to box. Don't want them to
You're
box
confident
or play
about that?
football.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just. I know how boxing is, and it's not a bad sport. It's a very disciplined sport. You know, you get very
Uh-huh.
disciplined in it, but it's like I said earlier. We risk our life to get in the ring to fight. Uh, I don't think we get the compensation that we should.
Financially?
That exactly. We don't have unions, so if something do happen to us, our family is not taken care of. But if you look at all the major sports, the basketball, the NBA, the NFL, everything they have unions. They get paid significant more. So it's I don't want to do it. They can do something else where it ain't a lot of strain in their body. And I think, me personally, I'm torturing myself because who want to get hit for a living? Who want to lose weight and
Starve themselves, right?
starve themselves for a living? I mean, that's torture. You know, that's self torture. So I
Why'd you
just don't
choose it,
want my
Anthony?
kids. Uh, I'm not gonna say I was forced into it. I wanted to do it, but it was at at a time where I see my brothers and stuff doing it. And I wanted to do it. I wanted to try it, and I was so good at it. I'm like, why quit? You know, at one time I told my grandfather when I get 18, I'm gonna quit, but I didn't because I started to fall in love with it. And it's a boxing is a good discipline sport. Do I love boxing now? No.
Oh, wow.
Do I love what boxing did for me? Yes.
I hear you. Hmm.
But boxing is it definitely was an avenue for me to escape everything that was going on in my city and stuff like that. So I am truly grateful for boxing.
But as a kid, I'm sure you could see it as being that, right? Your route out, your route to financial success that's really hard to find at that level in other areas. So why did you think that you wanted to finish at 18? Why was that your mindset?
Just because it was hard work. It was, I mean, and you know, kids, they don't want to do hard work. They don't want to sit there and not play with their friends and not
Uh-huh.
go out and stuff. At that age, you want to be out. You want to, you want to have a, I mean, not saying I didn't have a girlfriend, but a girlfriend, you want to do stuff with her. But at that age, we was locked into boxing and where we had to travel here and travel there and we was gone so long, it was just so hard for us to keep it. So I mean, when I decided I didn't want to do it, but I did. I thought I didn't want to do it when I was saying when I get 18 I'm gonna quit. But once I got 18, I'm like, oh, okay, we can keep going, and I just kept going and kept pushing.
So you came up training with your grandfather, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you and your brother kind of together all the time, going to all these different competitions, etc. What was that family experience like for you? Do you think that's kind of molded who you are as a family man?
It is. My grandfather always preached to us, be a family man, take care of your family. He never once ran out on his kids ever. So we're getting that and some way to be disciplined and protect ourselves. I mean, it's everything is in one bubble.
Hmm.
He prides himself on his family, and that's where we get it from.
Is your grandfather still alive?
He is. He is. He just
Okay.
turned 82.
Oh, nice.
August 15th. He's turned 82.
Does he have a role in your corner anymore, or what's the deal with that?
He's getting older where he can't. I think it'll be in his best interest to watch the fight on TVs and stuff like that. But
Okay.
to come and be in our corner is it's not in his best interest.
I hear
It's
you.
kind of emotional because of everything, that he taught us and he's not here to witness it.
Mm. Hmm.
So it's emotional.
I hear you. Does he still get to have a voice? Is he somebody who you still give that opportunity to take a look at what you're doing in training or to take a look at tape of Caleb and say, hey, here are my thoughts? Or is he not
So
able to do that?
my grandfather has Alzheimer's,
Oh,
so
man.
he can't really remember
I'm sorry.
Stuff like that. And it's fine. It's some people get it and some don't, or
Mm.
but he can't remember everything that's going on at that moment. He remember everything, all the old stuff, everything old
Oh, so
stuff.
he
He
remembers all those
remember,
highs that you guys have
yes,
shared
he
together?
remember
Oh,
everything.
wow.
He just can't remember the new thing.
Dang. That's sad. That's tough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
What about with working with SugarHill then? How is kind of making that transition for you? Because like I think about the level of trust you have to have in a trainer, right? Somebody who's in your corner in these positions where you, like you say, you're putting your life on the line. Going from somebody like your grandfather who you know has got you, was that difficult to make a transition to a different trainer?
Uh, Not really, because Sugar was there since I was amateur. Sugar was there all the time. But when we got professional, you know, kind of we seen each other. He worked my first pro fight or second or something like that. I can't remember. One
Okay.
of them, Sugar did. But once I asked Sugar to do it, he was all on board, and that was a blessing because he knew me well. That was one of the trainers that knew me in and out. And so I'm happy that he gave me an opportunity to. We both gave each other an opportunity to do it.
Mm. In what ways do you think you've benefited from him? Like, what is it that you've learned from him?
Just everything, just staying sharp, just the work ethic, uh, and he knows how hard to train you. He knows when you need a break. He could just tell. He's a plus trainer. And like I say, I'm happy for him to even be in my corner.
So you know that version of SugarHill that we see when he's with Tyson Fury, where he's like standing on the tables with his Versace shirt open and he's dancing. Is that the same SugarHill that you get in the gym, or is it different?
Oh yeah, no, we get the fun Sugar Hill for sure. I get the fun sugar. I think Sugar Hill is Sugar Hill. You get what you get. I mean, if you
Okay.
don't like it, you don't deal with it, but you get what you get. He's not always the serious coach. He can get serious, but he's not always serious. And that's a fun coach. You got to have trust in that. You got to have a coach that's not always on your ass all the time about something. He will tell you and he'll let you think about it and he'll bring it up the next day or that night. But he's like I say, he's an A+ trainer.
So your brother, you said your brother's with you out there in Florida?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so he's still fighting. He's still currently
Yeah, he
active.
got a fight coming up soon.
Oh, he
A few
does.
weeks
Okay,
after me, maybe. Yeah.
nice. Do you know against who, or are we not saying yet?
I'm not for sure.
Okay.
I'm not for sure if we can say yet, but yeah.
All right. Okay.
I mean,
Interesting.
I know
So
against him.
he's getting ready too. This is a get
He's
ready
getting ready
process for
too.
him too.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
How special is that to be able to get ready with your brother?
It's good because we haven't did it in a long time. We haven't boxed in a long time, so it's good to get in a ring with him and him show me stuff and me show him stuff. But I'm always proud to have my brother in camp. We're like peas and carrots. We always there for each other. So I'm happy. I'm happy that he's here and he's happy that I'm there.
Okay, that's really cool. Do you feel like, I think a lot of people, obviously he's a super talented fighter as well, right? And had like the success at the Olympics, getting the bronze medal. But then it feels like in the pros, your career has really gone to kind of a different level to the way his has gone somewhat. Is that hard for you guys to navigate together?
Not really. You choose your own path. He
Okay.
he got hit with a few hiccups in
Mm.
his professional career. That put a halt to a lot of his success. But he's a hell of a fighter. Still to this day, when I get in the boxing ring with him, I mean he can fight. There's no ifs ands or buts about it. So I'm just happy that I get the opportunity to witness it. Like he's happy too.
That's cool. I mean, you said about the hiccups that he's kind of hit professionally. You've hit hiccups as well, right? I mean,
I
you're a
did.
professional fighter. You've won world championships, but you had cancer, survived cancer, had to go through chemotherapy and all of that. You then get another setback with the motorcycle accident, which puts you out the ring again, like another 18 months. You've lost significant chunks of your career. I feel like you've been through more than the average person. right? What are you
Yeah.
proudest of in your life? Like, what do you look back and think, man, I handled that moment really well?
Just beating cancer. That's my biggest fight ever,
Mm.
and I don't think nothing will ever top it. I'm proud of myself that I even stuck to it to do it. Chemo was one of the hardest things I ever had to been through in my life. So I know
Is it
what
how it
people.
makes you feel, or what
It
is it?
is. It's how it makes you feel. I mean, you have to sit there for. I think I had to sit there for 4 hours to get the medicine dripped in me every 2 weeks. The next 3 4 days, I didn't have an appetite. Uh, so I knew I had to. Once I got done with the chemo, I had to eat something significant where it'll just stay in me because I never had an appetite once I had the chemo. Even me going to get the chemo outside, I smelt it. I can smell even if I go there right now, I can smell the chemo and it do something to me. I
Wow.
smell it.
What does it do to you? What does it make you feel?
Oh, it nauseated. Like I would literally
Oh,
give up. Like it'll come up. I can smell it. Soon as
it's
I
almost
walk
like a
to soon
trauma
before I
reaction.
yep, soon as I get out the car and get close to that door, I smell it. As soon as I get out. And when I get close to that door, oh, that's when I
Wow.
was getting it. If I was to go out there now, I could still probably smell it, honest. That's
Uh-huh.
a smell you can't forget. And it's not even a smell. It's like they put this saline to flush you out, the saline in you. That's what you can smell and kind of taste when I walk up to the door.
Was that the hardest thing about cancer? Was it the chemotherapy treatment, or was it that moment when they tell you? Because cancer is such a big word, right? Such a scary word.
It
Was it
is.
that
You know
moment when they
what?
told you? What was it?
It wasn't because I didn't know about cancer like that back then. Like my family didn't have it, so I didn't know about it. I guess I was ignorant to the fact about cancer, but when I did, that's when I was, more aware about it, more conscious of everything. Uh, and they even, when it was over, they even told me it came back, and that I think that was the part that got me the most. And it didn't come back, but the doctor thought it did because it was like dirty tissue or scarred tissue still there. And I went to a U of M doctor, and they said the tissue will gradually go away, but it's not coming back. They said it didn't come back. But once he said it came back, like it was, I was done. I wasn't doing it no more. I couldn't do it. Like at
You
that
wouldn't
moment,
have
I
gone
couldn't
through
do.
chemotherapy a second time.
No, no,
Wow.
it's that bad. It's
Mm.
bad.
You were 21 at the time, right? Is that right?
I was 21 or two. It was in 2006. So I don't know how old
Oh,
I
my maths is
was.
bad. You're 37 now,
Yeah,
right? You were young anyway.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's
I was young,
before.
21 or 22.
So it's before you were married, before you had your
Yes,
wife or anything. So like,
before
who
I had
was
kids, they said I couldn't have kids.
what?
They did. They did. They said I couldn't have kids because of my my count was going to be too low. But I did.
So did you
I
go into
proved them
marriage
wrong.
feeling like this? We're not going to have kids. It's just going to be
No,
different for us.
because before marriage, my first son. So I was running at the time, and she called me and said I'm pregnant. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, "No, you're not. Stop playing." But she said I really am, and I was running. I was like the happiest kid out there running around.
That's cool. Praise God. I guess I just wondered during that whole cancer process, I feel like you're somebody who gives back, right, to the community. I know you do
I
in
do.
multiple ways, but also to the
Yeah.
cancer community, right? And you
Yes.
want to kind of stand alongside them. Is that hard for you, like to be around it in that way when it's affected you so personally?
It is. So I go to the cancer thing in Flint. It's kids. When the first time I went in there, I couldn't even. I really couldn't take it, but I had to be strong so they couldn't see it. But I met this little girl, Amaya, and I still talk to her to this day. And that was long ago. I probably met her 10 plus years ago. We still keep in contact to this day. She beat cancer. So
Praise God.
it was a blessing that I even went there to do that. But it was tough seeing babies, seeing kids 1 and 2. Like it was tough to see that, and us as a whole, as a world, not even the U.S. or world needs to find a cure for this. If we can get a vaccination with less than a year, we can get a cure for cancer. I know it's a
Hmm.
lot of money on at stake, but these people are dying
But
and
look at the
losing
way we all
loved
went
ones.
into overdrive with COVID, right? And how
Right,
quickly everybody hustled as far as that was concerned.
right. Yep.
Excuse my ignorance on this, right? I'm European and I'm not totally familiar with the story, but the Flint water crisis, was that ever connected to cancer and illnesses in that sense? Or
It wasn't. That happened. That happened some years. 2014, April of 2014. That happened. It's still not fixed. Believe it or not, the water pipes are still not completely fixed. A lot of it
wow.
is fixed, but some of it is not. And we still need we still need help with that. I mean, I guess we'll find it. And Mississippi needed too. They're in a water crisis themselves. So we need to find help for both cities.
Hmm.
In the U.S., it shouldn't be a city out there living without water.
Oh, that's for
Nowhere in
real.
the world, I think.
I had read somewhere that you had one of the goals you had set yourself was that you wanted to become the first cancer survivor to become a world champion.
Mhm.
And then Danny Jacobs went and did it like a week before you, right? He won
Yeah.
the world championship having recovered from cancer. You had to think like this freaking guy, 1 week.
No,
Like I know
you know
you
what?
celebrated him, but you had to think that.
No, no, no. I really didn't. I think, and Daniel had a hell of a fight. Then that's gonna be always be my brother, no matter what. You know, we survived the impossible, and came back and won world titles off of it. So that's my guy. I'm not dwelling on nobody's success at all like that. He did it first. I mean, that was his goal, obviously, and he did it, and I'm happy for him.
Hmm. You're a tattoo guy, right? Do you get tattoos to commemorate moments like that, like first world
So
championship belt after
this
cancer or
whole
something like
arm,
that?
this whole arm. Wait, so from my elbow down, it's like I got all these tattoos while I had cancer. From my elbow down, yeah. It was just religious thing, just going thanking God for me surviving another day. So I was getting tattooed. This one say, "With men, this is possible. With God, all things are possible." So, and
Amen.
that was that. I got that on my arm. Then I got a scripture here, and I'm not even saying I was going through a crisis because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to thank God for all my success if I never fought again, and for me to be on this earth another day. I would pray every day.
Did you really have that mindset back then? Because it would be so easy to be in your position and feel angry and feel like, man, I sacrificed my youth. I put everything to get to this point, and now I'm this 21, 22-year-old kid and I have cancer. And I don't know, somehow we're entitled to feel like illnesses should come, everything should come later in life, right? All those bad things you struggle with. Did you not feel angry at all? You really felt like thankful, like one more day.
So yeah, I did. I mean, because you got to celebrate life before you celebrate anything else, and that was my
Mm.
mindset. I really didn't think about boxing until the end of chemo and radiation. That's the only time I thought about it, And I was happy if I couldn't, but my mindset was I'm gonna get back in there. I'm be a world champion without a doubt. No ifs, ands, buts about it. I was gonna get back in there and be a world champion because I was looking at the guys like I could beat those guys. I could beat those guys. I could beat them. I mean,
Hmm.
but I had to prove it to myself. The first fight coming back from cancer, I got knocked down. It was my only knockdown in my career. I got knocked down. I got back up and won the fight, but yeah, and I don't think nobody could think that I would be the same after coming off a 2-year layoff
Oh,
with
heck no.
cancer. So, like I said, I still won. I still won the fight. I beat him, and we moved on to the next guy.
Hmm.
Had to get that one under my belt for sure.
It's an incredible journey. Is that a golf hat you're wearing, by the way?
Michigan State championship had 2000 NCAA basketball. Yeah,
Oh, okay. It looked
I
like
do
a
golf
golf thing
though.
to me.
I do
I,
golf.
I
I
saw
do
that you
golf.
golf, yeah.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
does
I
that
do
come
golf.
about, though? Because you like grew up in the inner cities of Detroit. Like, how do you end up playing golf?
So motorcycle accident. I got into the motorcycle accident. I had this friend that golfed. Her name was Shasta. I told her, like, can we get out there and golf? I went to go buy cheap clubs, some Wilson cheap clubs.
Uh-huh.
And that was in 2012, late 2012. After that, it just was there.
It
I just
stuck.
played. It stuck. I mean,
Sugar
and
golfs as well, right? You guys golf together?
Yep, Sugar golf. We golfing
Who's
tomorrow.
the better golfer?
I told Sugar how to golf.
Okay.
We got our ups and downs though, for sure. He'll win, I'll win, but we definitely has our ups and downs. We both can play.
How consistent are you? Because golf's a frustrating game, right?
It is. I'm consistent if I'm playing a lot. If I'm back home, I'm playing, I can play. My lowest round this year was a 76, so I was 4 over par.
Mm-hmm.
And if I play, I can play. But I gotta be me being here. I mean, it's my job, of course.
Right.
And I'm happy to be here, but it won't help me. Like I'll probably go out there tomorrow and shoot a 90 something.
Is golf like meditation for you type thing? Like, is it something that gives you that balance and that sanity?
Yep, it gets my mind off of boxing for a minute.
Uh-huh.
I play games and then I go to the movies. Really does it. I go to the movies and by myself. I go to the movies, sit back, watch a movie, and it just gave me out the mindset right then. Because once I get back into the house, it's back on boxing.
Right.
But right then, it gets me. It sets me free.
That's cool. It's good to have, right?
Yep.
What's your game of choice?
Call of Duty.
Oh, you meant that? I thought you meant like Monopoly or Spades or something.
So this camp we have been playing a lot of chess.
Oh, okay.
Chess. So we have the chess table is sitting right over there on the table. So we have been playing chess. But no, I'm a gamer.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Kate.
And blessings to your grandfather. I'm going to keep him in my prayers.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you.